Google is the Tom Holland of the phone world when it comes to keeping secrets. Most details and even the design of the new Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro were released or leaked weeks before the recent announcement. But after seeing the official details from Google themselves, as an iPhone user, I'm considering switching. I'm almost ready to pull the trigger except for a few things that I just can't get past. Let's talk tech. So there's a lot to love about the new Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro, starting with the build quality. While the exterior design hasn't changed very much over the Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro, the materials and the overall aesthetic and feel are just cleanly getting polished and slightly refined year after year. With getting a Google Pixel, you also get the native Google OS, instead of getting something from like Sony or Samsung where they're putting their own versions of the OS and they're putting their own Samsung skin over it. You're getting a very clean and simple design that's going to be easy to use. The AI features are next level. The call screening and the direct call feature, where it basically is routing you through automated phone menus and letting you choose options before the phone menu even tells you the options. The call screening, where basically an AI assistant is answering the call for you and basically able to interact with somebody in real time, is great. While these are not new features to the Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro, they are refined and getting better, and the AI voice that you're getting in the call screening is a brand new AI voice that is really hard to tell if you're talking to AI or if you're talking to a regular person. There's awesome returning features like the magic eraser, where you're able to take something out of the background that shouldn't be there. You're also able to get that real tone, where you're able to get realistic tones in your pictures. That's honestly a really nice feature to see. But a brand new feature that is introduced this year that I can personally see being really helpful in my life is the best take feature. The best take feature basically is recognizing when you're taking multiple photos of a group of people, and basically it allows you to choose the faces of each individual person, because maybe in one picture not everyone is smiling, or in another picture somebody's blinking, and you're basically able to tap on each face and choose the best take of each person, so you get one combined picture that is the best take of the multiple photos that you took. Now, I'm honestly on the team of I like the hole punch design with that front camera. I think that it is a cleaner and more immersive design than the dynamic island that you see in the newer iPhones. You can honestly just feel a little bit more immersed with that hole punch design that I think just really doesn't take too much out of the screen. That display is honestly incredible as well. It will get incredibly bright, honestly the brightest that I have seen on a smartphone to date, and the colors and the dynamic range on the screen is going to be incredible to see and experience as well. This is also much more affordable and price friendly compared to comparable iPhone options in terms of storage and size of the phone. I'll have all of the pricing information right up here, but basically you're able to get a comparable phone that is almost just as powerful, if not more powerful in certain aspects, for way less than what you can get without having to pay that Apple tax. And the most amazing thing is that now there is not just one ecosystem for Apple users and then Android users are just off having to figure things out on their own. Now there's an entire Google products ecosystem. Who cares if Apple did it first with the phones, the watches, tablets, headphones, voice assistants, other things that are in their whole entire ecosystem? It's great that all of these other companies are kind of doing the same thing, but they are really taking the quality approach and trying to build a good product instead of just chasing what Apple was doing. They're actually doing a good job of it, and so now you can kind of switch between an Apple ecosystem and a Google ecosystem and not really feel like you're missing out on too much. While there's a lot to love about the Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro, there's just some things that are keeping me from actually switching. But before I get into that, here at Ardently Tech, we believe that tech was made to make our lives easier, and we're here to help you understand and discover that tech that improves your life. Be sure to subscribe so you can follow along on my potential switching to Android journey if I can just get past these next few things. So the camera quality. It is no joke that these phones, the Pixel 8 and that Pixel 8 Pro specifically, have incredible cameras. Not just in their standard cameras, but that insane ultra-wide camera. And so you can really get some really awesome pictures that you can take just in real time, and you can even set them up to get them looking really nice and get professional quality looking pictures out of your own smartphone. It's just incredible. There's no denying that the Google Pixel can produce incredible photos. photos. My problem is that what I've noticed, and many other reviewers have noticed this too, is that while you can get incredible pictures, you might not be able to get them reliably. Sometimes the pictures just don't come out as well, even with amazing lighting, and other times your pictures that you thought you took just don't save for whatever reason. And so now you're kind of having to retake that same photo or set everything back up, thinking that you already had the picture. And I know that with my iPhone, 99.9% of the time, I can count on my picture actually being taken, it coming out well, assuming that I have good lighting, that I'm not moving around too much, and I know that when I go to check the Photos app, it will be there. My next issue is the ecosystem in general. So while the price for the phone itself is going to be very easy to jump into and get into the Google ecosystem by just getting the phone, that's kind of not a realistic price, because I have all of the other Apple products. I have a MacBook, I have an iPad, I have an Apple Watch, I have a pair of AirPods Pro, and honestly, switching from the iPhone over to a Google Pixel would mean that now my watch is pretty much irrelevant, and my AirPods Pro will just basically turn into standard Bluetooth headphones that I won't really have that interconnectivity between switching between my phone and my iPad and my MacBook. And so for me personally, that's going to become a glaring problem to where eventually I'm going to want to replace everything over to a Google ecosystem, because while I may not have the exact same connectivity features, it is going to bother me that now my watch is pretty much dead weight and my AirPods Pro won't be able to switch between devices. And so I'm going to want to switch over to Pixel Buds and the Pixel Watch and potentially even a Chromebook. If you couldn't tell, I'm not crazy about the Chromebook. And so that really easy entry price of getting into a Pixel 8, while it is cheaper than a comparable iPhone, it is an artificial price because I'm eventually going to want to switch everything else. And so now that phone that seemed amazing to begin with, as far as the price, is now going to be a lot more expensive because now I'm changing up my whole ecosystem. And honestly, as silly as it is, there's going to be some things that I'm going to miss between iOS and switching over to Google OS. I'm going to miss the FaceTime voicemails, a brand new feature that just came out on iOS 17, but it's something that I honestly love. Not to mention the dreaded green versus blue text bubbles. Yeah, it's gonna bother me a little bit having to be that person that is the green text bubble when everyone else is blue, and being the person that messes up all of the other group chats between iPhone users. And call it silly, but I'm gonna miss the Memojis too. They were a bit of a gimmick to begin with, but they're honestly pretty cool and I like them myself personally. So I wanna hear from you. What do you think about the Pixel 8, Pixel 8 Pro? Are the things that are holding me back from actually switching, are they anything that I should actually be concerned about? Is there an answer to my concerns that I have? Please let me know down below. And if you're considering maybe checking out the iPhone 15 that was recently announced just a few weeks ago, be sure to check out our video here where we shared our own thoughts on the 15 and 15 Pro, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.